Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to read a story called Jellies, The Life of a Jellyfish. It's written by Twig C. George. And this is going to be a non-fiction, not fake story that's going to give us information about jellyfish. So it's going to be what? Informational text. So we're going to learn all different kinds of information about jellyfish. And some things you may learn that you didn't know before. I know when I first read this story, I learned things that I didn't know about jellyfish. And we'll also talk a little bit about fact and opinion. A fact is something that you can prove. An opinion is something that maybe you think or you feel. So we'll talk a little bit about that too. You guys ready to read Jellies? I'll get my camera situated here. Jellies, The Life of a Jellyfish by Twig C. George. And this is called a mangrove jellyfish. It's describing this jellyfish right here. If you were a jellyfish, you would have two choices. You could go up or you could go down. That's it, two. You would not have a brain, so you could not decide what to have for breakfast or where to go for lunch. And this jellyfish is an unnamed jellyfish. Look how dark he is. The ocean currents would carry you along from place to place. In this way, you could travel hundreds of miles. Food might pass you and get caught in your tentacles, or not. So all they can do is just float around. Rhizostone jellyfish. Look how pretty. When I was at the beach this past summer, I saw some jellyfish that looked like little blue flowers. They were so cute, but I've never seen one like this. Sea turtles, dolphins, and whale sharks would try to eat you. You wouldn't worry about it because you couldn't. Well, because you didn't have a brain. You would just float on. Even look, this looks like a spaceship from outer space. This is called a comb jellyfish. You would protect yourself with millions of tiny mechanical cells that, when touched by another animal, release a chemical and sting like a bow and arrow. You would not know if you were stinging a friend or an enemy. You would not even know what a friend or an enemy was. Now, once upon a time, I was out in the ocean, and I got stung by a jellyfish, and let me just tell you, it hurt a lot more than a bee sting. I'll just say that. But the jellyfish didn't know it was stinging me because it doesn't have a brain. It just has those tentacles that float around. Jellyfish sting for protection and to catch food. That's all. They don't hunt and they can't chase. They just bump and sting, bump and sting. Little fish swim in and out of the dome of this moon jellyfish. Do y'all remember seeing something like that in the movie Finding Nemo? Oh, and look at this one. This is an Australian box jellyfish. Some jellyfish sting gently. Some jellyfish have a sting so powerful that they are more dangerous than a cobra. These are the Australian box jellies. Ooh, I hope I never come in touch with one of those. That sounds really deadly. Now, have all these been facts about jellyfish? Can some jellyfish have a sting more powerful? It's more dangerous than a cobra? Yes. Thimble jellyfish. Look at these little guys. And a thimble is something sometimes when people sew, they put it on the tip of their finger so they don't get stuck. Jellyfish are so simple that they look like plastic trash floating in the sea. When an animal eats a jellyfish, it stays healthy and strong. When an animal eats plastic, it gets weaker and weaker and eventually dies. So that's a good reason not to let trash get in the ocean, isn't it? Because we don't want the jellyfish to get sick, do we? Oh, and look at this one, upside down jellyfish. Isn't that interesting? Some jellyfish lie on the shallow bottom in a clear, warm seas and grow their own food. I did not know that jellyfish could do that. And these are called upside down jellyfish. Once they have eaten small bits of algae just once, they can grow more inside their bodies by sitting in the sun. They are their own greenhouses and grocery stores, all wrapped up in one. Okay, so see, all they have to do is eat the algae and that's it. If they stay in the shallow parts of the water and they get sunlight, they can make their own food. How cool is that? I did not know that. I learned that. Is that a fact? Can we prove that they do that? Yes, we can. Right here's a picture of it proving it. Portuguese man of war. To be a jellyfish, you need to be shaped like a bell with at least one mouth and tentacles. Many animals called jellyfish are really something else. The Portuguese man of war is not a real jellyfish. It has an air-filled bubble instead of a water-filled bell. Jellyfish are almost all water and a little protein. They look slimy and disgusting when they wash up on the beach. So now let's look at jellyfish are almost all water and a little protein. Could we prove that? Yes, we could do tests to prove that. What about the part that it says they look slimy and disgusting when they wash up on the beach? Now, I'm going to be honest, I've seen a jellyfish, and sometimes they do look disgusting, but some of them, I've seen some of them, and they almost look like they have a little flower in the middle of them right here. So usually, I would say that sometimes they don't look disgusting. That is an opinion because of the word disgusting. Because some people like me might see that pretty flower and say, oh, that's beautiful. And then some people might just see that jelly and say, oh, that's disgusting. Okay, and that's their opinion. West Coast sea nettle. In the sea, jellyfish are beautiful. There are jellyfish as big as basketballs with long red tentacles called West Coast sea nettles. Does anybody see an opinion on that one? In the sea, jellyfish are beautiful. Well, let me tell you, that one, I was out on the sea, and that one that stung me, my opinion was not that it was beautiful. I was not seeing the beauty that day. There are tiny, elegant jellyfish that look like a blizzard or snowflakes. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to try to Oikopleria labradorensis. See, sometimes I don't even know all the words and I have to kind of sound them out the best I can. Right here, look at this. There are tiny, elegant jellyfish. Some people may not think they look elegant. There again is another opinion word. Arctic lion's mane jellyfish. Look at that one. There are jellyfish that grow so big that they are as long as a blue whale. Can we prove that? Yes. I mean, if we could get the right equipment, we could measure them, couldn't we? They are called Arctic lion's mane jellyfish. They pulse and drift. They eat and reproduce. They live and they die, all without a brain or a heart. Look at that. See, I didn't know that either. I didn't know that some of them were as long as blue whales, if they had tentacles that long. That was something new I learned when I read this story. Golden mastiagus, I hope I'm saying that right, jellyfish. Someday you might be very lucky and see an ocean full of jellyfish. And since you have a brain and a heart, you would know you were seeing something unforgettable. Hope you liked this story. I hope you guys learned as much as I did. See you guys later. Bye.